Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Welcome, gem lovers, industry partners. I'm David Artinian.
Hi, everybody, and I'm Stephanie.
And we're with Artinian Gems, and we're here today to share with you all things peridot. I go all over the world. We're based in San Diego. We have a branch of our company in Eastern Thailand. We're getting a little bit of feedback here, so I think we just need to take that one away. We are getting some feedback. Sorry about that, guys. Bear with us for a minute. Some technical issues, and we'll see if we can resolve this here. But anyway, we're going to go to Myanmar today. We're going to look at some really beautiful peridot from Mogok, Myanmar. We are still getting that feedback. Bear with us just for a moment while we figure out what is going on with the audio. Do you know what's going on, Stephanie? We are still getting that feedback. Bear with us just for a moment while we figure out what is going on with audio. I'm going to mute us just for a second. Wow, we are still getting feedback, even though all of our audio, let's see. Wow, we are getting feedback, even though all of our audio, let's see. Okay, we are still getting feedback. What happened to our gems on the turntable? Sorry about that, everybody. We are just having some snafu here. I'm trying to just no, I think we're good. Do we have audio? Okay, let's try that again.
We are live, so yeah. This is what happens.
Welcome, everybody. We are talking about peridot today. I'm David Artinian. This is Stephanie Nelson. We're with Artinian Gems. Now, we're based in San Diego, and what we do, though, is we travel the world for gemstones. We go to remote places like Cambodia, Burma. We go to up in the mountains of where Mogok, where the beautiful rubies come from. I also go all over Africa, and I buy the most beautiful rough gemstones that we can find. Then we take them to our team. We have a world-class team of gemstone artists. In Thailand, they turn every gem into a work of art. There's a treat for you right behind there. Look at that rough, see that what we just did? We switched from the rough gems to the exact same gems that were cut. So we have this world-class team of gemstone artists. But today, we are going to talk about peridot. And one of the reasons why we're talking about peridot today is that all of a sudden, we've been getting what?
Nonstop calls about peridot. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like that spring color.
Could be.
You know, it's now almost May, so everybody is feeling that itch of like, oh, spring and flowers blooming and leaves coming out. So and green is just a wonderful color.
Yeah.
And peridot comes in such a beautiful green.
One of the things I love about peridot is it has a tremendous brilliance. Most people don't realize it, but peridot is incredibly dispersive. In fact, if you were to look at peridot through a microscope, you would see doubling of the back facets. Now, if you're a gem geek, you'll understand what that means. But if you're not a gem geek and you've never really seen a good peridot, we're going to show you some really good ones today. But anyway, there's that doubling of the back facets, meaning the light really bends and disperses in that gemstone.
Right.
But let's give you, first of all, a little bit of background about peridot. Peridot, where is it mined? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how it's mined. In fact, we're going to take you to a real live gem hunt that I went on last year. We're going to take you to the mountains of Myanmar. We're going to show you how it's mined and so on. But also, how it's mined, where it's mined. There's the chemical properties for you gem geeks out there. And then we're going to also show you a few gemstones. But before we do that, we have a gemstone to give away.
Woohoo!
So remember last week, we talked about Alexandrite, right? And we said we are going to give away a lot, live. We're going to give away a real Alexandrite, and we do have a winner. So where's our Alexandrite?
Right here, David.
We've got our Alexandrite right here. It's in the bag.
Ready to go to its new owner.
I'm going to just, I am just going to highlight the gem for you real quick. I'm going to just put the gem. This is the beautiful Alexandrite.
Look at that.
Magnificent color change to it. Under incandescent is quite red, and under natural light is quite green and with a little bit of blue in it. But anyway, this Alexandrite is what did you tell us about it?
It's a 0.18 natural, so no treatment whatsoever, not even heat. And it's about 3 millimeters. And so this one has a beautiful color change. And this one is Brazilian, is it, David?
Yes, it is.
It is a Brazilian Alexandrite.
So who's our winner? Everybody wants to know who the winner was.
Okay, right. Our winner today is Virginia V.
Woohoo! Woo! Congratulations, Virginia. You are the winner of a natural 3 millimeter beautiful Brazilian Alexandrite. So we'll be reaching out to you and we will be sending that gemstone to you.
Woohoo!
But anyway,
so
we just want to congratulate you, Virginia.
Yeah.
Now, for those that didn't realize, we are giving away another gemstone today.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't tell Nong about this.
Yeah, I know. My wife's in the back. It's there. She's in the other room. We slipped this one past her. But we're giving away a peridot today, a beautiful peridot. And so, do we have that peridot here?
We have the peridot.
Okay, let's look at this gemstone. If you would highlight the turntable, I'm going to put the little peridot on the turntable here.
Okay, David. There we go.
There it is.
That's pretty.
We're gonna give away. In fact, why don't I just set it right here on the turntable? So everybody, look how beautifully it's cut.
It's so sparkly, David. Your brother-in-law, I swear, he does an amazing job.
Yeah. I mean, they have an amazing story too. Years and years ago, they came, well, they're Thai. My wife is Thai, and they're located in Chantaburi, Thailand, which is one of the gem cutting centers of the world. In fact, for years they worked for their boss. They made about $120 a month. They worked 15 hours a day.
Oh my gosh.
It was a terrible life for them. They were in debt. They were miserable. Well, they came to us and they said, we need help. And they were finally ready. So we said, fine, we'll help you. The first step is, you're going to quit drinking, because they were alcoholics. They got free alcohol as part of their compensation. So they came to us and said, we need help. We said, okay, we'll help you. We're going to bring the new machines. We're going to train you so that you're going to be able to do works of art. And they said, fine, we'll do that. And we cut their hours back to 8 hours a day, 5.5 days a week, paid them a whole lot more. And before you knew it, they were turning out beautiful gems. Mm-hmm. In fact, they were so beautiful, their friends secretly were coming to them and saying, what happened to you? What changed in your life? Well, the quitting drinking made a big difference for them. They were no longer drinking and being drunk every night, but and they started to develop their lives, and they realized that this could be an amazing career, and it's been a journey for them. They're mentoring people in the community. They've gone from just being desperate to survive, all the way to being leaders in their community.
That's
just
wonderful.
because of the gemstones.
Yeah.
Anyway, that gemstone was cut by my brother-in-law, and it's a real beauty. But anyway, let's look at some peridot real quick, and then let's tell you the story about peridot.
Okay,
Steph, you tell us the story, and I'll just show some peridot here.
Okay, so peridot is magnesium silicate oxide. So for all you gem geeks, there you go. And take a guess as to what the major element is that gives it its color. Look at that gorgeous peridot. I mean, that green is just gorgeous.
Yeah. The trace element that gives it that intense color is iron.
So how many knew that? Iron is the coloring element of peridot.
Yep. Iron's, oh, that gem just jumped.
We've got jumpers here too.
So anyway, iron is and the more iron, the more green you have. And there's a piece of rock.
So yes, so peridot can come in a little bit of a variety of colors, which we're going over today. Actually, it can actually be kind of brown, more of like a khaki brown, as opposed to that beautiful green. Of course, the high quality peridot is going to be that beautiful apple green, maybe a little bit of yellow to it, but no brown. And so depending on the quality, you'll see the variation of color. Mm-hmm. So yellow and brown, mostly brown, is not desirable at all. You want that pure apple green.
Look at this beautiful cushion, this rectangular cushion.
That's gorgeous.
Now, there are a couple places in the world where peridot is found. It's not found in a lot of places.
No.
One of the reasons for that is that actually people don't realize it, but that peridot is quite rare. One of the reasons is that there are only a couple of gemstones in the world that are formed down in the magma. This is formed not in the
mantle,
earth, right. In the mantle, yeah. Now, most of the gemstones are formed in the Earth's crust, but peridot is actually formed very, very deep. And when it comes up to the surface, I mean, it goes through a lot of trauma with all that the forces of the earth. And so to find high quality crystals that have not been destroyed in the process of bringing them up from down below is very, very rare. Right.
So there are two different qualities of peridot. You have more of the commercial grade, which you see in a lot of the less expensive pieces that are very pretty, and they are abundant in a carat size or smaller. And then when you get into the high quality apple green, super clean peridot, those are only found in two locations in the world, which is Myanmar and Pakistan.
So I'm going to share my screen to show you some locations of where peridot comes from. So you can see right here, the source that I get most of my peridot from is a place called Mogok, Myanmar. And Mogok, Myanmar is up in the mountains of Burma. Burma is the other name for Myanmar. And it's up there in the mountains. And it's
15,000 feet up.
Well, that's in Pakistan.
Oh, right.
The ones in Myanmar are about 6,000 feet up, which is amazingly high for that part of Southeast Asia. It's way up in the mountains. They discovered it about 20 years ago, and it's on the other side of the mountain for where the ruby mines are up in that area. Now, there's also mines in Pakistan. Now, those are the ones that are way up high, 15,000 feet above sea level, way high. And then they have Chinese deposits. They have a little bit in Vietnam, a little bit in Tanzania, and perhaps the original location that's most famous is the Egyptian location.
That's right.
In fact, we all know those stories of Cleopatra with her
emeralds.
Emeralds. There is a suspicion that those emeralds might have been peridot, although that's up for debate a little bit. And then we do have peridot here in the U.S.
in Arizona.
But it tends to be more of a commercial grade.
Right.
So now a couple other interesting factors of peridot. And we know how we mentioned how it comes up deep from below. It does have some interesting features to it. Look at this peridot, this piece right here with that little black spot in it. And we talk about inclusions. And gemstones will have inclusions and things that are included. Now, some people think that's a negative. I don't think that's a negative.
It's very cool.
It's very cool. These, in fact, are chromite crystals. These are hitchhikers that they included in the crystal. They crystallized first before the peridot was crystallized around it. And that was crystallized deep in the earth's, deep in the mantle.
So that's basically a little piece of like the Earth's mantle coming up with the peridot.
Exactly.
Very cool.
And I'll show you another fascinating feature about peridot. And this is one of the things you look at and you look for when you're looking at the rough peridot. They're called lily pads, but what they actually are is water trapped inside.
Isn't that cool?
And they look like lily pads, but it's actually water trapped inside the gems. So those are a couple of.
Oh, and there you can see the doubling, David. So don't rub your eyes. You don't need glasses. That is what peridot shows, is doubling, that feature of where you see double of the here the lily pad inclusions.
Exactly. In fact, that's because when the light enters the gem, it splits into two rays, and then you've got that double refraction.
Right.
So there you go. There's a couple of examples of peridot. So who has a question for us, or who has some feedback, something you would like to share about peridot? Go ahead, and if you have
a question, just go ahead and put it in the chat here, and we would love to hear your questions. And we also want to know where you're joining us from.
That would be great to see if you're joining us. Stephanie, if you go ahead and put the gems on the turntable.
Yes.
Highlight the gems on the turntable. I want to show you an exquisite peridot.
Oh, is that a piece of rough you have there, David? Yeah,
that's a piece of rough right there, right here.
Oh, so it doesn't come out looking like some of the other crystals, like sapphire can be like terminated crystals where it's like fully formed. This one definitely looks like it's been
beat up.
Beat up a little bit.
Yeah. But you know, the hardness of peridot is generally harder than the quartz around it. So it's 6.5 to 7 on the hardness scale. So it will be a little bit more durable than the surrounding material. But I'm going to show you one of the prizes of my last trip to Mogok, Myanmar.
I'd love to see it.
So if you wanted to join in to win today, look at that gem. If you want to be a winner of today's peridot,
oh wow,
what do you have to do? Stephanie, tell them what we got.
So just comment below and let us know where you're joining us from, and then you can be entered in to win a beautiful peridot, the little round peridot that's on the turntable there. That color of that peridot is just amazing.
Yeah, this is a gem that has a lot of iron in it. This is 17.75 carats. It's 16.2 by 13.9 millimeters.
We do have a question. How expensive is peridot?
Well, peridot can be very, very inexpensive. It can be, below $50 for a small one, maybe a very pale color. Or in the case of this 17.75 carat, this is $14,200.
Oh, wow.
And you can get peridot that goes, all over the place. Now, this rectangular cushion, obviously it's not a $14,000 one, but this beautiful rectangular cushion is 4.36 carats, and it's only 2,730.
Oh, that's really nice.
But the color's off the charts.
Yeah.
This is just amazing. We even have here a matched pair of round. This one here, look at this beautiful round.
Oh, look at that sparkle.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
And here's its partner here. This would make a gorgeous pair of earrings.
Right.
This is a 9.8 millimeter gem. It's cut beautifully. Most cutters, back to our gem cutters, will cut about maybe 10 or 15 gems in a day. Because they're production cutters. They'll work in production lines, and they only do one part of the process. Our team cuts for beauty, not for weight.
Right.
And they'll end up probably cutting maybe 2 or 3 gems in a day.
Just gorgeous.
That's, the difference is the amount of effort that's gone into it. We have any other questions?
Let's take a look and see.
There we go. Look at those peridot. So for right now, why don't we take a look where these gems come from? So I'm going to take you on a gem hunt. We're going to go to the mountains of Mogok, Myanmar. We're going to look for some of these beautiful gems, and I'm going to share with you exactly how they're found.
To the peridot. I had no idea what was going to be
We're having
coming up here.
a sound
It was
issue.
so remote, and it's about. Good morning.
I guess we are not going to Mogok, Myanmar today because for some reason our audio cut out. We're just, I mean,
Let's try it again.
let's try one more time. Okay, let's take a look.
Second time is a charm.
The second
And this
time
time.
is a charm.
In this case.
Paved and
No,
rocky.
We are not
So,
getting any
come
audio.
up here generally
But
during
anyway,
the
I'm going
days,
to
the
narrate
season
for
is
you.
really-
So here I am. I'm
But,
up in the
we're
mountains of
heading up
Myanmar, about
maybe
7,000 feet above sea level.
Look at
This
that.
is a ruby mining area. This is where there's a road.
Looking back, you can
That's
see where
like
we
a
came
dirt
from.
path, and they can
Way
only
down
come
there
up
is the
there
town
during the
where we
dry
were
season.
this morning.
Way down there,
That's Mogok
you can
town.
see the town of
And
Mogok.
we're up around 6,000 feet.
This is one of the
Wow.
most ancient and fascinating gem areas in the world. We're right up here at the pass. You can see the pagoda there, and there is the road going back down the hill on the other side. And down and around the corner to the right is where the peridot
Welcome to
mine is.
Byunggang
Standing here right at the
which
entrance.
is the name
They call it
of
Ruby Land,
peridot
but actually
in the
we're going,
Burmese language.
we're
Now,
going
the
over
name of the
hill.
village where the
We're going
peridot is
to go
from
to
is
the
Byunggang.
peridot mine.
And this
And
is
there's
the
the
gem
peridot
There's
right
a-
in your hand.
Yeah, there's a
Look at
20
that.
carat
We're about
peridot I was
6,000
holding.
feet
I was
above sea
narrating,
level.
talking
This
about
is an ancient
right
gem that's
there,
been found here. It was
about
found originally by the
where we were
by the
going.
villagers.
The mine was developed
And
about
once they
20 years
realized it was
ago.
valuable,
They
started
found
to mine
that the
it.
rocks were
Anyway,
kind of
we are
green
gonna
color.
head
They
on to the
started
mine
digging
and we'll
around,
catch up with you
and
in
the
a few
villagers
minutes.
all of a sudden
This
found
mine
a
is
gem.
actually producing
And this is the mine.
more
You can
than
see
40
how
years. Now,
how they
originally
dig.
there's a
There's
village
the
nearby.
they
And
dig
the
into the
villagers
they
saw
tunnel
these
into the
rocks
side of the
on
mountain.
So they
They
started
take the
digging,
rock
and they
out,
realized,
and
wow, this
in the
this is something of
crevices
value.
they will find
So they began
quartz
to- it created
with
an industry
pockets
gosh.
of the
finding
peridot.
but
This is
you
actually
see
a
how they're
restricted
mining
area,
it?
and foreigners are
Hard
not
rock
allowed to go
mining
there.
is
You have
not
to. In
secondary
fact, you're not even allowed to go with
hard rock
permission. But
mining.
because I have good
Tremendous
connections
amount of
there,
work goes into that.
my buddy was able to swing it to where we were able to go to this area. You can see right there he's using his drill, his jackhammer, and he's
So
looking
they find the
for
peridot
looking in the
cracks
cracks
and crevices.
to find the
They
weak
don't
spot.
find it obviously on
quartz
top,
areas.
but it's going to be.
Now you can see
in-
to the right where
in
the
cracks.
flashlight
You
is.
can
See
right
the
there.
green?
yeah.
That's olivine mineral.
The-
And then
the,
what'll happen is they'll dig in
composition
there. They'll find
of
that
the rock.
soft area, and then they'll find
So the peridot is found in
crystals.
this kind of
But see
structure
right in there,
here.
that little hole.
It's soft rock.
There could be a crystal
break it
inside
off,
of there. He hasn't
and
quite got
they'll
to it
find
yet.
the
It will be an
crystal,
open pocket where the
bunches of
peridot
crystals in
crystals
there.
have
They'll
been
be
able to
inside these
grow
little,
into
soft
the
pockets.
opening and form nicely. And so here's
is
the guy
really
who's
hard rock
preparing the
mining,
charges.
so
That's
what
all
they're doing is they're
gunpowder.
Oh my God.
You know, they don't have
Explosives.
dynamite like we have,
That's
but there he
gunpowder.
is. He's
And you're packing it
filling
with
up
wire
the little,
and filament. And
the
then,
little charge there for
as we heard
the
earlier,
blasting.
whereas
They have
I
to
felt
blast,
the whole
it's
mountain
hard
shake
rock.
earlier, they were
and so
blasting.
they're going to use their, you know, their whatever they've got available. Now this is an entrance,
the
this is
older
an
mine
older
shaft.
entrance to the catacombs in there where they find where they're going to be digging for the peridot. I went inside of there. We looked around. We saw some of the miners, and you can see right in there where they're just they're digging and they're finding it. They're not finding as much as they used to. In fact, right about this point, the whole mountain shook. There was a
outside
thud,
just
and the
blasted.
whole mountain
It
shook
felt the whole
because they were
mountain shake.
blasting in another section.
Oh my God.
And there's some rough peridot.
Look at that.
So you can see it
Very
right
pretty.
there. And in fact, there's the one I just shared with you.
And how much, like when they get the rough out, how big are those crystals usually out of that mine there?
Oh, they're
David?
small. They're fairly small. They're going to be the size of this one.
Okay,
And then you get about a 20% yield if you cut it correctly.
so that one would give you what, maybe a carrot-sized
Yeah, it'll
stone?
give you, if it's a, if it's a 1 gram size or 5 carat size, it'll give you about a 1 carat gem.
Wow. So that one must have been huge. This
17 carat one, I mean, it had to have been at least an 80 carat piece of rough. That's incredible. Extremely rare.
Right. That's why it commands a higher price, because of the rarity and that beautiful color.
Yes.
And then it's a beautifully clean crystal, right?
It is. That was I mean, it's got to be clean. But of course, if it has a little, if it has a couple little like a lily pads in it there, or if it has a chromite crystal or two, that's quite normal. So anyway,
and I think that's actually really neat, because that's the way you know that your gem is your gem, and it's like a little beauty mark.
Exactly.
That it, that it has from the mantle of the earth.
Exactly.
I mean, how cool is that?
So if these gems are fascinating you today, and maybe you want to see some peridot, just reach out to us. We'll be happy to show you. We can do our own little private showing on the turntable. We'll share some gems with you. We'll tell you the stories behind them. If you are a gem lover, you can reach out to us, and we will connect you with a retailer, one of our partners in your area, and we can work through the retailer in order for you to be able to, to acquire your gem. If you're a retail store, reach out to us. We're here to help you. We're here to help tell the story, give the experience, and make and help you just to present gemstones. We know a lot of retailers are very busy right now and short staffed.
Right.
And one of our missions is to support you, to help you to be able to present gemstones that you may not have the opportunity. Because I've been collecting for over 20 years, traveling the world for over 20 years. And we love to help you. We love to partner with you. So anyway,
if there's any more questions, let us know. You can always reach out to us and ask your questions, or if you want to see something, we go on Facebook Live. Every Thursday we do our lunchtime live, but then also on Tuesdays and Wednesdays we do the live streaming.
Yeah, we do live streaming, yes.
Yeah, join us, and you can ask us any questions you have, or to see any other gems. We're here to help. Yes. And we love to share these beautiful gems with you. So
thank you for your time today.
Thank you for joining.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
And if you're watching it recorded, thank you for watching.
Absolutely. If you're watching us recorded, you feel free to reach out to us anytime. We're here to help you. So have a great day, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon.
Take care. Bye-bye.